Live from WJZ, this is an Alert Day.
Hello, everybody. I'm Nikki Zizaza. Welcome to WJZ News at noon. We want to prepare you from some intense heat and the threat of severe storms across the area. So outside right now, it's warm and very muggy. Feels like temperatures could reach 105 degrees during the peak heat of the day. First Alert meteorologist Greg Padgett is tracking the system. Greg.
Yes, Nikki, and that sunshine we're having right now is not going to help us out as we head into the afternoon. That's going to help destabilize the atmosphere, and so that's why we're not only looking at the extreme heat for today, but we're also looking at those potential for severe storms coming through as we head into the afternoon. There is a heat advisory in effect all the way through this evening for areas east and south, that basically along the I-95 corridor all the way down into southern Maryland. So do plan that out. Be careful outdoors for today. Those temperatures will feel like 100 to 105 into the afternoon, and on top of that, we have strong to severe storms again possible, similar to what we experienced yesterday. These may be just a few hours later. We have a level 2 out of 5. Almost the entire state of Maryland will see the potential for the threat of these storms as they come through. And the highest risk is really just going to be damaging winds for the most part as they come through, potentially some hail as well with these storms. Now we're watching for Futurecast. This will take you all the way to about 4 o'clock this afternoon, just beginning to fire up across the region. We head later on into this evening, and you'll see temperatures falling back down comfortably for us, but still those storms will be out there moving from D.C. into southern parts of our viewing area. So we'll have to watch that into the early evening hours, late evening, and then we have a break. More storms likely for tomorrow, a little bit more widespread out for tomorrow. So we have a first alert weather day again for tomorrow. Some of these storms could actually be bringing with them a more powerful punch out there. So we'll have to watch those for tomorrow. Here's that heat advisory in effect again. This is all the way through 8 o'clock this evening. Again, and mainly the corridor along the Chesapeake Bay all the way up into I-95, all the way up into northeast parts of Maryland. It'll feel like into the afternoon today 100 degrees plus. More on these temperatures, on the threat for storms, all that coming up in just a few minutes. Nikki.
All right. Thanks a lot, Greg. And cooling centers are open across the city, so take a look at your screen. Here are the locations and times available to help you get out of the dangerous temperatures. For a complete list of addresses and hours, go to our website. That's WJZ.com. Welcome back on this alert day. Well, look, Greg, that heat you guys have been talking about that was going to hit us today, yeah. I feel it, as well as the humidity.
You can definitely feel it outside right now. We'll take a look at what's going on downtown as well as out in the outback. You can see we have a nice little breeze out there. That's not going to help us. You think that might cool us down, but it's actually helping to bring in some more rough weather for us as we head into the afternoon. As we take a look here in the outback downtown, kind of that hazy sunshine. It's that haze built in with that humidity that's going to help us spawn off a few showers and thunderstorms as we head into this afternoon. So be prepared as they come through. I think they're going to be a little bit later than what we experienced yesterday. I think they started yesterday around the Baltimore region about 3 o'clock into the afternoon, 3:30. For today, I think they're going to be a few hours later, but we'll watch as they develop. Of course, we'll have updates for you beginning at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Here's what we're looking at as far as the bigger picture out there. We do have a threat today, level 2 out of 5 for severe and strong storms. The greatest risk with these storms is going to be the strong winds that come along with them. Some gusty, damaging winds very likely out there, maybe some hail as well. Lightning always within a thunderstorm. I think the flooding risk will be relatively low. The ground is still quite dry and parched out there. So the rain will, unless it comes down very, very fast, should not be a problem with flooding. We also have this heat advisory in effect here with heat indices expected this afternoon from 100 to 105. Once the storms come through, that'll go away because it'll cool us down. But here's what we're looking at as far as this afternoon, and in many locations breaking the 100-degree mark as far as what it will feel like. This is the factoring in the humidity and the temperature. And then for tomorrow, even warmer, I do believe, across the region. So we're likely to have another heat advisory for tomorrow before more storms arrive in the afternoon. May feel like as hot as 103 within the city of Baltimore for your Friday afternoon. Temperatures right now, we're into the already low range of the 90s out there. And with the humidity, it does feel kind of sticky, uncomfortable out there. So take precautions if you're going to be out later this afternoon, and then be keeping an eye to the sky for those stronger storms pushing in later on this afternoon and evening. Here are those temperatures for this afternoon. Again, what we're expecting, 96 out towards College Park, mid-90s here in downtown, mid-90s up towards Westminster as well. Of course, you get the clouds and the showers earlier, and it'll help hold those temperatures down a little bit. And of course, as soon as that bottom falls out with those thunderstorms, it'll cool us all the way back down into the 80s very quickly. We're watching the bigger picture now. A couple of troughs here. These troughs are helping just to instigate the humidity that's in the atmosphere and the instability. and that's what's spawning some of these showers and storms as we head into the afternoon. Futurecast will show that. This is what it looks like at 4 o'clock. Those storms coming through. Another round for this evening about 9 o'clock, and then we kind of take a break before more storms come back into the picture for us for tomorrow. This is what Friday looks like, so we're pretty much socked in with storms for tomorrow. This is Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock, so do plan accordingly for your Friday afternoon as we head into the holiday weekend, or the weekend that's going to be Pride weekend for some folks out there. They consider it a holiday out there. Overnight tonight, we're into the 70s. Highs tomorrow back up into the mid to upper range of the 90s. We'll take more look at this as far as the 7-day forecast coming up at the end of the show. Nikki?
All right, Greg. Take one more look at the 7-day.
Yes, and we do have those first alert weather days for today. Again for tomorrow with strong storms likely and those heat advisories likely in place. Potentially another round of strong storms on our Sunday, so we're watching that. That's why it's a possibility. But look how much we cool down as we head back into early week. We'll pay the price now, but we'll be rewarded Monday and Tuesday. Low 80s and upper 70s.
All right, so Sunday's the day. That's when it dips.
Yeah.
All right, I see. Well, look, finally this noon from